welcome to episode 5 of the Property Moms podcast, where the juggle is real. I'm Alisa MacQuinn.
And I'm Chelsea McKinney.
And this week has been interesting because when we were talking about our weekly updates, we both couldn't remember what we did.
I feel like I do that a lot. I feel like anytime somebody's like, how was your week? I think it was good.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing detrimental that happened that would like put me into
the house
some
didn't burn
depression
down,
or
the
something.
children are alive,
Right.
like everything's fine.
It's a great week.
Yeah.
The children are alive and the house is still standing.
Yeah, I know. So what I'm going to do is we'll start with our question of the week.
Okay.
And then it'll give us a minute to remember what we did.
Right, I know. I was like, I need to go through my calendar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So the question this week is, if money wasn't an issue, what investments would you make in your business?
Okay. So what business?
Which one do you feel the most passionate about? Ooh.
Probably one that I'm not in.
Yeah.
Is that terrible?
Well, so we'll make a part B to this, that if you could choose anything to do, what would you do if money wasn't an issue?
Okay, so investments, I'm going to talk about like the most current business. How about that?
Yeah.
Because I feel like in the past year I've made some pretty heavy investments into my businesses. Like January 1, 2023, I told myself that if I was going to survive in the Airbnb business, that I was going to have to automate some things because I was just doing everything for 5 Airbnbs and it was too much.
Yeah.
And so I paid somebody a chunk of money to load everything onto a property management website because I tried and I was like, I'm going to spend the next 6 months doing this or it can be done in 2 days by somebody who knows this. So I spent some good money getting into this new software, trying to automate some stuff, which it really has like made a difference in the business.
Yeah.
And now all I really have to do is answer those questions that if they would just look harder, they would find the answers to.
Yeah.
Like I had somebody ask me what the Wi-Fi password was this morning.
Isn't it in your little books too?
It is, and I also just scrolled up on our messages, and lo and behold, there it was on my welcome check-in.
And I think a lot of your houses have them on like a plaque too in the house, right?
They sure do.
Okay.
They sure do. Thank you, Alisa.
And I've been in them one time.
Thank you, Alisa.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay, so I had made that investment earlier in the year. When we started the roofing company, I think we did some like premature jumps into some pretty like money heavy things, which I think that I would probably not have done looking back on it because like we truly don't use those things.
Yeah.
Like I spent $7,500 on a training for a system.
Is this the roofing thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
For a system that all the adjusters use that I need to learn. What's cool about it and will be cool about it is like the people who do the whole thing actually like come here and film with Ammon on like trainings to show our guys, which would be really cool if we could like get a second to get that done. But we haven't been able to like schedule it yet. We haven't been able to. If people would use what we've got, it would be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, I hear you.
I had to stop for a second and like,
oh, I know.
if people would use, but like I'm in that boat too because like here I am spending $7,500 and I'm not using the Exactimate training.
Right.
So how mad can I actually get at like our sales guys for not watching the sales videos?
Yeah.
You know, I pot calling the kettle black or whatever, whatever
You might
that
have to,
is.
and what's crazy is you might have to like offer an incentive, like, hey, if you watch all your videos, like.
Because we're also paying a monthly fee to have access to this. And it's hefty as well.
Yeah.
So having said that, like we've already done these hefty investments into the business, but there is one thing that Ammon has been talking about from the get-go that I do think would be really cool to have, but it's another like $6,000.
Oh, golly.
Okay. It is like a catch-all system.
Okay.
So it's this massive, like 100-foot long, blacked out tarp, basically.
Okay.
And it's got our logos all over the front.
Nice.
And then it's got like a catch-all system, so when the guys are on the roof tearing the roof
over.
off, everything collects on the bottom of the tarp. It's really easy to clean up, but it's also like very eye-catching and striking because you drive past this house and it's all blacked out except for here's the logos and like I do think it would be cool marketing.
Yeah.
But it's like $6,000 for one of them. For one of them. Which, so like, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, I just can't imagine spending that money now. Especially, we're going into the winter months. I feel like roofing is harder in the winter.
Yes.
You would think that, like, people need roofs year round.
Yeah.
And they probably do. But I feel like there's a lag in the winter, just like there is in real estate. There's just a lag, and I was like, let's wait till spring. And so I had also actually reached out about maybe a billboard. So but how much, listeners, if you have used a billboard, if you've used a billboard for your business, has it actually brought you business? Like, because that is a hefty investment in my mind. I mean, it's a monthly cost. Yeah. Granted, it's not like some long-term contract, but if I'm paying $1,500 for a month for one billboard, like I want to make sure that
it pays off.
It pays off. Yeah. So, you know.
Don't call and ask Alex Shinara, whatever his name is, because he's got like 1,000 of them.
He would for sure say yes.
Golly, no telling how much he spends on billboards a month alone.
I think all in all, I just spent 10 minutes.
No, I like that. I love hearing about that business because like it's something that people like don't. I mean, I think it's easy to see someone who's a business owner on the outside and think like, oh, they probably make like a ton of money and like blah 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 blah. It is expensive to run your own business. Oh, yeah. It's exhausting. It's time consuming, and you really do have to, especially businesses like ours. Like you have to make a lot of tweaks within your business to like make sure that it ends up being profitable, but also not running you into the ground emotionally and eventually physically. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably easier to work for somebody else, but running your own business definitely comes with its own perks. But I wouldn't say that making a boatload of money is one of them.
Right. Eventually.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Eventually, we'll get there, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Sure.
Maybe once we make some investments.
Hashtag goals. Yeah. I think mine. So I am still waiting to get my camera, mainly because I am so, when it comes to big purchases, like a car or a house or my next camera, I will sit there and I will research it literally to death. Like my husband's like, well, you just pick one at this point and like, let's do it. But I'm spending like $4,000 on another camera, and that's, to me, $4,000 is enough of an investment that like I want to really make sure that it's the one that I want. And I'm not going to get into tech talk, but I'm going from a DSLR to a mirrorless camera, which is like the new latest and greatest thing. And so it's got to be what I want. Yeah. So that's the next investment that I'm going to make. But if money was not an issue, I would hire someone to run all of my social media and all of my marketing and advertising. Because at the end of the day, I know how important it is to market myself, and I can tell a definite drop in business when I'm not posting constantly. Like this week's been relatively like a little bit slower, but I also haven't been posting on social media hardly at all. And so the weeks that I did was that week that was so crazy right before I went to the beach. Yeah. I had posted a lot the week before, and business was like crazy. So I don't want to do that though. I'll do it, but I don't want to. Yeah. Because it's time away from my kids, time away from my family, and I like to read books and I like to cook sometimes. And
that's a good one.
I have a life. Yeah, I want someone, and I can do it. I know I can. I've done it before, but it's just it's that like time that you never get back that feels like mundane. You're like, whatever. So let's talk about this business, because this is kind of it's not a business. Okay, it's a fun business. This business?
This is like our passion project.
I love this.
This is our passion project.
I love this.
Okay, so if we had
for the 5 people that watch, I really love this.
If we had unlimited funds, what investment would we make into this little passion project?
I personally, I think that it would be really great to hire somebody that was like a crew. Like they have a name for it. It's like a producer, essentially, like someone that could like run all of our cameras, run all of our audio equipment, upload it all for us. Like we would literally come in, sit down, do the thing, and then go home.
Because I wish you could see the chaos that is this room.
Behind what all this is a hot mess.
Prior to recording though, we are like running around scrambling. Like, do we have our whiteboard? Like, where's the mics? Let's get this. Let's get that. It's chaotic. It's chaotic.
And it'll get better here in the next month or two because we have a plan.
We do have a plan.
We have a plan. If you stick around, we've got a plan.
We do have a plan. And that's kind of like a free investment into our business.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it. I'm so pumped about it.
Should we tell them?
I mean, we can tell them.
Okay.
You have to tell them, though.
Y'all won't think it's fun at all.
Yeah.
Y'all will be like,
didn't we just do this?
What? So we're actually we're moving our studio to another space. So we had brainstormed ideas of where we could, because right now we're sitting in the Leading Edge office, and the wonderful thing about Leading Edge is all of our agents have access to the recording studio. They have access to all the equipment, and so that means that people use it. And so our stuff gets moved.
That's what takes the longest.
That's what takes the longest is getting everything set back up perfectly. And so our stuff gets moved a lot, and so I was like, we could just do this at my house. And then I looked at my children and I was like, we cannot do this at my house because Hurricane Warren would come in and he would tear down everything. Yeah. It would not matter if we had stuff bolted to the ground. Yeah. He would figure out
climbing on it.
How to move it. Yeah. And so my mom actually has an extra room in her house, and she has a dog, but she's not there during the day because she goes to work with her, so there's not going to be barking. Yep. There's really not any road noise, and it's really close to our houses,
and we essentially have free reign too.
Yeah,
we have free reign. Whatever.
We can decorate, we can do whatever. So our podcast studio will be moving to a more permanent place here soon. Yeah. And so hopefully we can just set everything up exactly as it should be every time and leave it there and just have to put our phones on the tripods. And
I'm excited about settling in too, because if we get it done before Christmas, then we can set up a tree and we can
that'd be fun.
See, I know. I didn't even told her about that, but I was thinking about it last night.
That's
just the possibilities.
Cute.
And man, doing this, I know that part of the point of us doing this was so that we could have time to reconnect and have that mom time. But it really has become this staple of my week where I'm if I can just make it to Thursday,
right?
I can get there and just have my time to just be another human being, and not a mom or a wife or a caretaker or whatever. And so I think that's part of the reason why I'm yeah, let's do it. I'm good,
we're all in.
We are. We really are. Yeah, we're always sending each other stuff, and
this is gonna take off, you guys.
It is. In 5 years, we're gonna look back and be look at us, little babies,
baby podcasters.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's. I mean, that really is essentially kind of the weekly update. We've been kind of figuring that out, and
yeah, our week. So obviously we do our weekly update. Our week started together on Monday. Yeah. We took some headshots and branding photos.
We forget about that. We just looked at them.
I know. We just got the gallery, and
while we were setting up,
we're super pumped. Yeah. We're super pumped to see those. Yeah, we had to stop what we were doing and go look at them on the big screen.
They look good. They look really good.
They do look really
Whitney
good.
Briscoe Photogrqaphy.
Yeah, Whitney Briscoe.
We will link
shout
her.
out. Yeah, and we took them at one of Rachel Brown's gorgeous homes. Beautiful homes.
I literally walked into and was I wonder if they'd sell it staged, because it's staged really, really well too.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the whole, and it flows really well. It's a very good use of space. It's a great home. So.
And I want the couch. I really liked that couch.
We did really like that couch.
If it came in this color pink.
I know. The one I found that was similar was $3,000, and I was
oh,
yeah. I know. So
okay, never mind.
Just dump a bucket of paint on it.
Never mind. So our week started together, and then I think that I really just worked. There's nothing, no really fun updates. I did purchase an Instagram training.
Okay.
It was, I'm a sucker. There's really no way to get around that. If I'm somebody's going to teach me how to get a following on Instagram. Sure. Let me throw in my money.
Yeah.
Why not? But I was really thinking in terms of this and in terms of the roofing business. And anyway, so I purchased that, and I've done a couple of little sessions on it. And I really have been trying to be intentional with posting for here, but it's like so overwhelming. So which is why I love your idea of like a marketing manager or a social media manager, because it's so overwhelming to like post it every day.
Yeah.
What? Like
I know.
to create the content, to like go through we have these hour-long videos, right? And we can take like little snippets and we can throw them out there into the world.
Yeah.
But dadgummit, that takes a long time too.
It does. And then you want to boost it so it like sees more people, and it's just, there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. So I'm like trying to post for Property Moms. I'm trying to post for McKinney and Sons Roofing. But I scheduled 3 posts this week for McKinney and Sons Roofing. And I did create some little shorts and stuff like that for Property Moms. So that's like,
and we're trying to tag team a lot of that, but it's hard because there's like 50,000 accounts that we have that we're like trying to figure out, and so it's challenging, but it's like a fun challenge because it's like a new one, and like it's for something that like I think we equally feel.
Yeah. Well, like, and I also think that if we could figure out like one more day a week where we could just get together for a couple hours and like knock it out.
Yes.
And then schedule stuff.
And then schedule it.
I think it would be.
I think we need to do that.
Helpful.
Yeah, I know. We need to do that.
I know. Right now we've got the recording schedule set. And it's like same day, every week, same time.
Yeah. If
we could just do one more day.
Yeah.
To like really get our content going.
We'll get our lives together a little bit.
We will.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do much either. I mean, I worked, and I did like my version of working. I had another listing that I shot this week, which was cool. The homeowner left, but left her mother, her elderly mother there, who did not speak a lick of English.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. She did. She went outside, but then like I was trying to explain to her that like when I go to take the outside shots, I need her to go inside because she can't be in the pictures because now agents get fined if there's people in your pictures. Yeah. So I was like, you know. I also started recording a video explaining to people, it was like a meet me that can get sent to home sellers so they can like see my face, and then like I explain a little bit about that. So I haven't finished it yet, but I recorded it.
Need to do that ASAP.
I know. I started like tweaking it and like cropping it and stuff, and then I was like, I'm so sick of looking at my face and hearing my voice, so I had set it aside for a minute. But I was working on that. Allie goes back to school Monday at public school, so I'm just looking forward to that. I mean, if anything, this week has solidified that was the right decision. Yeah. I love her to pieces, but she and I are gonna end up
tussling.
Yes, if she doesn't go back to school. So I'm just prepping for that, and yeah, that was basically my week. It was a okay week. I had a rough day postpartum wise. They come in like, it's so weird because Mom and I were talking about yesterday, and like, you know, when I first had Lizzie, it was like almost every day was a really bad day, and then like they just started spreading out and like getting less and less frequent. And that still happens. Like, I think the last like really bad day I had was probably like 2 months ago. So that's a good spread now that I can at least like have some time to feel relatively normal. And then like, and when the bad days come, they're just like, I just have to lower my expectations. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like I can already tell today's gonna be one of those days, and like these things that I had planned are just not gonna work. And the only time that doesn't work is if I actually have like a job to do. Like if I have to go take listing pictures or whatever, I just have to suck it up. Yeah. Down some caffeine and say a prayer on my way and be like, please let me.
Well, and also like, you know, I didn't struggle with, I mean, anxiety, yes, but I think that's like, I don't think that's postpartum. I think that is just something in my life now. Yeah. I don't think it's postpartum anxiety. Did it happen postpartum? Yes. Do I think I will always struggle with it? Yeah. Probably, yes, because I will always be worried about my kids. Yeah. Like, I didn't have postpartum depression or rage or anything like that.
I'm so glad you didn't. But like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy ever.
I do feel like I'm really like lucky in that sense that I didn't have that. So I don't know. Do you think like when you feel like you're going to have a bad day postpartum wise, do you think that having something else to do is like a good distraction and like gets you away, or is it just does it add to your overwhelmed feelings?
Initially it does, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've got to do this today. Like, so yesterday I had a coaching with my business coach yesterday, and so I was like, I called my mom like that morning and I was like in tears and I was like, this is what's going on and whatever. And like, she's always so good. She was in the middle of like holiday cooking, like pre-holiday cooking, because she cooks a lot ahead and then like freezes it. But she was like in the middle of it. She was like, give me 20 minutes and I'll be there. Like, put everything on hold and came to me. Love her for that.
Yeah.
But knowing that I had that business coaching, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've got to get like somewhat relatively put together. So like I was able to take a shower and like, you know, get ready for that. But then by the end of it, I was like, okay, even though I had to force myself into like an approachable, like likable me, because I'm like, hey, yeah, everything's going really good, and da da da. Well, on the inside, I'm like, no, it's not. You know, it's like that postpartum monster that like lives inside of me, and it's like, no. But by the end of it, I was like, I'm glad I did that, because like it's almost like I faked myself into believing that like I feel better, and so I felt better.
Yeah.
Just by the end of it, not 100%. And Andrew knows that like, when I have those days, I just text him while he's at work, and I'm like, hey, just FYI, like, today is not a great day. And so, like, he usually either comes home with, like, you know, he's come home with flowers before, or he'll be like, we're going to order steak out, don't worry about it. Like, it'll be okay. So that's the expectation now. Like, when I know that's going to happen, I'm just like, he gets a heads up. I try to heads up Alice, although she's kind of just like, I don't really care, Mom. I'm still going to be a headache today. I love you. Yeah, I know.
So, again, with me not being familiar with all of this, like, you're still breastfeeding. Do you think those kind of hormones add to the issues?
Yep. Yeah. And I'm so in love with my children that, and I will quit it too. When she turns 2, I will quit. And I'm kind of like slowly already telling her no. Like when I can tell she's like,
it's comfort.
Yeah. I am kind of like finding new ways to like give her comfort. Like we'll snuggle or, you know, whatever. But like, you know, the nighttime feeds are the hardest ones because those are the ones where I get sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
she's still waking up in the middle of the night?
Well, she sleeps with us. So we co-sleep. And I've done that with both my kids. I tried bassinets, I tried cribs. And my kids don't want it. They don't have nothing to do with it.
Really?
No. And Allie was worse than Lizzie is, because Lizzie I can at least lay down for a nap with her, and I kind of like how you do. I'll lay down with her and then I get up and then she's pretty good. Sometimes she wakes up enough that she wants me back, but it's not major. But so I think once we quit breastfeeding, I think it will start to get a lot better. Yeah, because I do think that helps. And I take like fenugreeks. I take like a breastfeeding support supplement, so like it helps with my supply, but also like I'm also.
Props to you. Props to you. Oh my gosh.
I breastfed Allie till she was 3. Only because it felt like a real Game of Thrones situation. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Aaron, the little Aaron, whatever his name is.
Oh my god.
And he's like, Mama, whatever, he's like a full-grown kid.
They're like 12-year-old.
Yes, okay. But my pediatrician, who I will not name, told me, he was like, I kind of felt like mom guilted into it because it's my first kid, so I was like easily mom guilted, and now I'm kind of like, okay. But he was like, kids that get breastfed to 3 have a higher IQ. Have been tested to have a higher IQ. And this guy is kind of like considered like the house of like pediatric medicine. So I was like, okay, well he probably has done the research and he probably knows. And like in my mom brain, I'm like, I have to go to 3. I have to go to 3 to like give her the best chance, whatever. Now I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Yeah.
He told you that?
Yeah, girl.
Pediatrician never said nothing.
Yeah, so 2 is our cutoff. We're going to 2 and then we are done. And I do really like the bond that it's helped us create, but I also I'm okay with that chapter closing for us.
So in my brain, I was like, as long as I can get my kids to a year old, like I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm good. And like, but I only breastfed. Archer was like, I think for 3 weeks, and Warren was for 6 weeks. I pumped for a year with both of them. And like with Archer, I produced just enough.
Yeah.
Like just enough. I never felt like there was a time where I could slack off.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I wanted to get him to a year, and I knew that as fast as I produced it, he drank it.
Yeah.
And so I just like, after that year was up, I was just so relieved.
Yeah.
I was just so relieved. And by the time Archer was a year old, I was 2 months pregnant with Warren.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, I didn't need something else. Like being pregnant for me is enough. You know, I didn't need something else on my plate.
Yeah.
And so then Warren, we made it like a little bit longer. But then with him, I had such an oversupply that I actually fed 7 other babies.
Look at you.
When I was feeding him too. And I think I was able to stop pumping at like when he was like 10 months because I had so much in the freezer. I had such a huge stash. And so that was a real big relief for me as well.
Yeah.
But also I co-slept with my kids.
Yeah.
So Ammon was kicked out of the room. He didn't want to be in the room with a baby who would like, and he would wake up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he is not a light sleeper, but I think it's just like natural when you have a child in the room.
Yeah.
If that child makes a noise, you're going to be like, what? And so he never felt like he was getting good sleep. So he went and slept in the guest room for the first 6 months of both of our kids' lives.
Wow.
And they were in the bed with me
Yeah.
because it was just so much easier. So much easier.
It's easier.
But as soon as they turned 6 months old, they were in their cribs. And like they were fine, just
really
fine. And we tried, girl, I bought the daggum snoo. I bought a $1,300 bassinet like an idiot. If it works for your family, that's great. And you're not an idiot.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this is going to be so great.
I know.
Archer slept in it for 10 minutes once.
Yeah.
Warren slept in it for like 20 minutes once.
Yeah.
And then I sold it. I was like, what am I doing?
I know.
But I didn't need it because they were really good sleepers, and I could just, once they were 6 months old and I transitioned them to their cribs, like they were, obviously they were still waking up in the middle of the night, but they were good with it. It wasn't like, so I feel for you because I remember those 6 months, like I did not get any sleep, and it's been 19 months for you.
Yeah.
No sleep.
She's just now getting to the point where she's like really getting wild in the bed. So like yesterday she skipped a nap. I love her for that. But she skipped a nap, and so she went down at 6. I tried to keep her up as long as I could, but she went down at 6. So of course 5 a.m. this morning, she's like, Mama, and she's trying to open my eye. Mama.
Oh no.
Mama. And I was like, she's like, wake up. I was like, I don't want to.
Oh.
But yeah, we got rid of her crib, and we just put like a twin size mattress down on her floor. So like literally she rolls off, it's like that much, which we have like a guard anyways that goes on the side. But we're trying to slowly transition her to naps, and they're just starting with naps. And I sat with her for an hour the other day, and she's just like sitting there like looking around, and I'm like, this is gonna take forever. So we're trying, but I'm also not like days like yesterday, I didn't even attempt to go in there. I was like, we're just not.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was my weekly update.
Wow.
It was long, sorry. Our squirrel moments go off in all
we're
sorts
like
of
already
directions.
30 minutes in, and we haven't talked about anything on the list.
It's fine.
Here's our weekly rate check-in, courtesy of the Hoffman Group.
Yeah.
Rates are a little scary still. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're at 8% for a conventional 30-year loan. They're at 7.5 for FHA and VA.
There you go.
Which is not much better. But yeah, 8%. That really, that like stings to even say.
It's so hard to swallow.
Which is right. So I've been getting a lot of like people who used to be in real estate, okay, like way back when, they're like, I remember when rates were 18%, this is nothing. And every time they say that, I'm going to be like, every time they say it, I want to say, yeah, but the house was $84,000.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't $400,000 at 18%. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't compute.
Yeah.
I get that the rates have been worse than where they are.
Yeah.
But like home prices here have never been higher.
Yeah.
And so I get why it's scary for buyers. And, you know, there was that thing going around earlier in the year when rates started to rise that was like, date the rate, not the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is like, I get it. Rates will go down. You will be able to refinance. But are you able to live in the meantime?
Yeah.
Like if you buy this house at this rate, like what's your quality of life going to be?
Girl. So like we need more room. And my husband doesn't necessarily know this. It's just because I'm an agent that I'm always on the MLS. But like, I'd be looking for myself at least once a day, you know, like, cause I'm interested to know like what's out there, because we are busting at the seams, and I love our house. If it had a playroom, that would be great. I probably wouldn't move, but we're like, we need another house soon.
ASAP.
Yeah, if it stays like it is, we'll just make it work. But yeah, so like I got on the other day. I don't think I sent you this one. I think I showed it to Mom. It was like a $480,000 house that was like dated, bad. Builder grade. It was built in '87. Builder grade carpet, and it was all wavy because it had been there since day one.
Needed to be stretched.
All gold, like gold or
gold fixtures.
Yeah, thank you. Like it was, and it had like wallpaper all over the place and like blue bathtubs and whatever. And I'm sitting here thinking like, and I think the monthly payment was close to $3,000, and I was like, what? Like I can't. Our payment right now is under $1,000, and so I'm like, amazing. I know. That's why I'm like, we'll never leave. I saw some TikToks where people were like, our starter home is going to become our forever home because like we can't afford to do anything else right now. I do think everything will calm down some, so.
But like I bought down, so when I refinanced my house, rates were like 3.25. I bought down to a 2.5. Dang. Which is fantastic. Yes. But like even when rates level out, they're probably going to settle at like 5.
Yeah, that's what I
don't think they're ever going to.
I don't think so either. Well, I think when COVID happened and rates got so low too, like people were like, oh yeah, like, this is good. And I think people are thinking it's eventually going to go back to like what it was like, and it's probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it will. A lot of mortgage lenders don't think it will either.
Yeah.
I mean, they do think it's going to settle.
It'll calm down.
But will it ever get back to like the COVID era?
I don't think we'll ever see 2.5.
No, not in a long time.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So,
sorry.
That's our market hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. But I think that like I was telling Chelsea, I think people like to see like a weekly, interest rate update, like because it's good to see. It may not feel good to see, but I think it's good to see because then like as it starts to come down, you might feel a little bit more reassured. So today's not the best day to start that, but we are anyways, okay? Oh, and we're going to be doing a new segment too. I'm actually really excited about this one. It's like the Huntsville Hotspot. So for every episode, we're going to feature a new hotspot of Huntsville.
Or Madison.
Madison. Yeah, really just like North Alabama in general.
I like the alliteration of Huntsville Hotspot.
Huntsville Hotspot. That's why. Yeah, because it sounds pretty.
It does.
Yeah, it sounds good. So this week we are doing the camp at Mid-City. Chelsea had the opportunity to go do like a little nightlife.
I know. We're just so out of character for me.
Yeah.
I had so it was Friday night?
I think so.
It was Friday of last week.
Yeah, it was.
Me, my kids, my husband, and my mom, we were all in the pool, okay? And I got out of the pool because Warren said he wanted to get out. And so naturally I was like, all right, if you're getting out, I'm getting out. You can't like go wreak havoc on Mom's house.
Yeah.
So I got out and I put a towel around me, and then he promptly got right back in the pool.
Of course.
And so I was like, whatever, let me check my phone. And one of my friends, who is another realtor, Kara, she texted me and she was like, hey, come to this Bad Mom's birthday party.
Who's ironically my neighbor,
right? Like
across the street neighbor who my kid play with all the time. Yeah.
Come with me to this at the camp. And I was like, does she know who she's asking? Like, I don't do this. I don't go out. What? Yeah. And so I was like, Kara just asked me to go somewhere with her, and my husband was like, you should go. Like, we got the kids. Sure. Like, go. I was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, you need to get out of the house. Yes. And like my hair was soaking wet. Warren had like splashed all of the makeup off of my face. And so I told her, I was like, well, I'm in the pool right now. I'll have to get ready, but okay.
Yeah.
And so I went home. I like put my hair up in a ponytail. I got my makeup back on, but it was good. I think we had a good time, but it was the first time I had actually like been there. Yeah. I had heard of the camp, but I thought it was just a place you could go get coffee. And like my our old sitter, she used to go there a lot, like for like drag shows and stuff with her friends. And, and so I didn't know what it was all about, but like we got there and there was live music, there was a drag show going on. Yeah. Everybody was in costume except for us. I didn't realize it was like a Halloween thing.
Oh, yeah.
But there was like food there. It smelled really good.
Yeah.
And so that was my first encounter with the camp.
They do a lot of stuff. And like we were just like thumbing through like their events page too. So like, but they also have like, so they have market days on Sundays. But those are from March 12th to November 12th. So it's about to be over for this year's season.
And by the time you see this, it will be over.
It will be over, yeah. But come March, they'll have them going again. So it's March 12th, November 12th, and they do the Sunday markets from 12 to 4. And I've actually been to one of their market days before, and we're going to try to go this Sunday again, just to like get the vibe. But I remember like there's this one girl, I really want to see her. She does like these bracelets that are like basically like soldered on, so you can't really take them off.
Yeah.
And like you can get like, you know, friends or moms and daughters and like whatever. Yeah, yeah. They have a plant one, like they have a plant mobile truck that comes that I've gotten a couple plants from, and yeah, they got food, they got all sorts of stuff. So they got their market
and
days.
it's kid friendly. Like I was surprised at the number of kids who were at this. I mean, we were there at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock on Friday, like from 8 to 10, and there were like kids just hanging out, like running around. Yeah, I was really surprised to see that.
So they do have a full bar. They also have the Alchemy Coffee. They do have a food truck. They do live music. There is a holiday market that's got about 150 vendors. Again, it will already have passed by the time this comes out, but they've done it for several years, so that's another cool one. And it's available for private events.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, to like rent out for.
They had a wedding. Under the private events thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, and it's like central to everybody, and if you got people coming from out of town, like
this is at the old Madison Square Mall.
Yes,
that area.
I still like, and when I like am heading that way, I'm like, oh, it's by where the old mall was. Yeah, they tore down. I didn't
people who like just moved here are probably like, what is she talking
about? Yeah.
Yeah, Madison Square Mall was like.
It was happening when we were kids.
I frequented Madison Square Mall every weekend for a long time.
I remember, so I used to live in Dothan, Alabama, which is like South Alabama, and I used to like tell my friends like, oh yeah, like up in Huntsville they have their own mall, like up there.
And then like when Parkway Place came in, I was like, oh, that's the bougie mall.
It is.
Like that's
the gold dome and everything.
Yeah.
I was
and then Bridge Street, and I was like,
yeah,
dang, poor Madison. You know.
I know. And like I drove back through there the other day, and like the Orion Theater is over there.
I've never been there.
I haven't either, but I really want to go. We'll do that as another one of our Huntsville hotspots.
Yeah. They have like ice skating during the winter and stuff over there, right?
Yeah.
They did last winter at least. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So we're going to be adding more Huntsville hotspots, but this week's feature is the camp at Mid-City. So check it out. Yeah. It's a happening place. Yeah.
Okay. So Alisa has something for me.
Okay, so I want to start doing TikTok blind reacts because I just think that would be super fun. I think that could be so fun because like you never know what you're going to get. I will admit this one's a little on the sentimental side.
Oh God.
Sorry. So
I already cried at a TikTok this morning.
Well, maybe you can go for 2 today.
Oh, really?
So, look, you viewed my profile. Caught you red-handed.
I liked your TikTok about what you're going to talk about later.
Oh, mom hack. Yeah. So anyways, so I'm going to show this to Chelsea, and we'll put it up for the viewers to watch as she watches it. So hit play whenever you're ready. I thought it was appropriate for our podcast.
Okay.
I cried, so... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you.
Shut up. You're a horrible person. Aww. That's why I can never move.
I know. It gives me chill. Like I have chills right now just hearing the music.
That's so sad. Oh, and it's a dad.
Mm-hmm. Is that everything?
That makes it
sweet.
I know.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
I have feelings too.
You did better than I did. You did so much better than I did. Aww. So this one was the dad father is the TikTok account, and I think it got me because I was like, you know, like being real estate agents, like, you know, I think one of the things that stays like constant and like my thought like with people that are selling is that like and this goes hand in hand with my photography business too, being called Home Sweet Home Photography, and like being hyper aware that like your home and its walls hold memories. Not really. I'm just saying, like, for you, they hold memories, you know, and like, you know, like my youngest daughter's room, like there's like a chip on the wall, like, or on the paint where she like threw a toy. And like every time I look at that chip in the paint, I can't bring myself to paint it because I'm like, that was the first time she like literally chucked like a toy across the room. And that seems like a silly thing, but like I replay the memory in my head every time I see it.
Yeah.
And so like watching that TikTok, I was like, you know, like we deal with this like as real estate agents, like these are the people that are leaving their homes behind. And a lot of times it's like where them and their spouse like first, you know, bought a house, or like where their babies came home, and or like where they lost their pet, you know, and stuff like that. So I don't know, when I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna make Chelsea watch this one.
Man, my house, I could never leave my house.
I really love your house, though.
I really, well, and we have, like, it is exactly tailored to us because I've made it that way.
I remember when you bought that house, and, like, we just had, like, all of us come over and, like, hey, I painted our stair railings. That is my mark on her home.
It will be 11 years.
Really?
11 years. December 26th. I bought this house the day after Christmas in 2012.
I remember being cold painting in your house. Yeah. Yeah.
We've completely, it is so incredibly tailored to us that probably nobody else would ever want
I can't ever picture you ever moving. Oh, I would move. I would live in your house easy. That kitchen is gorgeous.
Well, so by tailored to us, I mean, and I've probably touched on like my psychotic tendencies as a mom on this show a couple of times, but so my bedroom is upstairs, which not everybody loves. We do have a bedroom downstairs, but when I moved in, there was a room off of my bedroom that wasn't my closet. It was like,
I remember that.
The junk room, basically, is what it became, okay? So for years and years, it was the junk room. Like, why does this room exist? Why can you only get to it from my bedroom? Well, then it made a whole lot of sense because it became Archer's nursery.
Yeah.
And, like, I loved having him that close. Yeah. And I loved it so much that when I got pregnant with Warren, I was like, well, I'm not moving Archer out because I want him right there. Yeah. And I love having him so close. Well, we had a bonus room, and one of the walls adjoined one of the walls in my bedroom. So instead of Warren having this like massive, because it really was big, it was a very large space, massive bedroom, we put a wall down the middle and we popped a door in from my bedroom. So now Warren's room, you also can only access from my bedroom. Yeah. And the other half of it is a playroom. Yeah. But like, who else is that going to work for? Except for some family that has two very young children and doesn't mind their kids being that close to them. Yeah. Like, I was talking to somebody, I know like something really popular is to have like the owner's suite on the main floor and then all the bedrooms upstairs, but
I know.
What happens if there's a fire in your house? Yeah. I can get to my kids so quickly being on the same level as them and like literally taking, 5 steps to their rooms. Yep.
I'll be honest with you. So like we have a 1-story, but like our bedroom's on one end of the house, and then the kids, and granted it's just separated by living rooms. So it's not like it's a far trek to get to their rooms. But the thought of putting Lizzie in her own room like overnight, that's why we started with naps, because I'm like, the thought of her being in there overnight, I'm just going to sit there and watch the monitor all night. Yeah. That's part of that mom anxiety. Yeah. Because like I never would have been that way before with anything else, you know? But like something about having a kid, and I'm like watching to make sure she's breathing on the monitor. And I'm a second go-around mom. I'm not a first-time go-around mom. I'm a second time. And I'm like still watching her to make sure she's breathing. It's part of that mom anxiety.
So mental.
With your head.
So wild.
Sure is. Yeah.
Okay, so I brought some products. Mine's hair heavy today. Last week it was skin heavy, but I did want to show you this cute little thing.
This is a good color too, because I borrowed this from you that one time, and I struggle with finding good lip colors that are like pinky enough, but not like baby pink
Right.
to where you look like a child.
I'm wearing this right now. It's very beautiful, and it's super like creamy and not sticky, and it's wonderful. It's from the Crème shop, and yes, it does have Hello Kitty on it, but don't let that fool you. It is fully for adults. It's the color is strawberry, and it's really, really wonderful. I actually picked this up at CVS, but I'm sure you can get it on Amazon or at Walgreens.
We'll put the link below.
Like that. We'll put a link. We'll link it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know if I'm crazy.
I've smelled this one before.
Have you?
Yep, let me smell it again,
I'm
though.
obsessed
It's been a
with
while.
it.
It's been a while. Let me smell it.
I'm obsessed with it. So okay, hold on. This is Aveeno. This is conditioner because I use Head and Shoulders shampoo because I've got a dry scalp.
Same girl. Well,
This is Aveeno Blackberry Quinoa Protein Blend Conditioner. And if they had this in a perfume, a lotion, anything, I would buy all of it.
Have you tried any of the other ones that are the similar thing? Yep. You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of that really subtle. I don't want. Now that once I put it out there.
Don't ruin it for me. What is it?
I don't think it'll ruin it. You know how like that like really subtle like home Christmas scent?
Yeah. Well,
it smells
even
very
like
similar
even
to
the
that.
packaging reminds me a little bit of Christmas.
Yeah, it's no sulfates, no dyes, and no parabens also, by the way. I have used this before, and the only reason I'm not currently using it is, it is Color Protect. Shut your mouth.
Color Protect and Strengthen, girl.
Are you kidding me right now?
It smells divine.
So can I tell you, I'm a cheap girl. I'm bougie on a budget, okay? I've been using the Heritage brand because it's all like Color Protect. I don't love the Heritage brand stuff, so I'll be going back to that because that was what I was using. But the other scents smell good too. I know.
So good.
The other scent smells so good too.
It is so freaking good.
And my hair feels amazing after I use it.
Yeah, okay. Oat is the first ingredient in this scalp-soothing, farm-fresh inspired blend infused with blackberry and quinoa protein. It prevents breakage and color fade.
Yeah, I'll be switching,
It's fantastic. And like I literally stopped to smell it because of the packaging, because of the bottle.
It's so pretty.
I thought it was so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Anyway, it's the most fantastic thing I've smelled. I want them to make it in everything.
A couple of their other ones smell super good too. So
Oh my
I've
gosh.
used a bunch of them. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that I am using a lot is this Revlon round brush blow dryer. It scares the crap out of my kids because it's a little loud. But it's fantastic. It will give you like really nice, smooth, like almost blowout.
I was about
look.
to say, I bet it's like a blowout.
It's fantastic, and even better when paired with this guy. This is the Tymo, Tymo. It is a straightener. You really, maybe somebody who's a little bit more coordinated than me could do a little curl, but you can like curl things under to achieve a true blowout look. This is so easy to use. And like,
it's a dryer.
No, this is a straightener.
Literally just a straightener.
It's just a straightener. So I dry with that, and then I smooth with this.
Oh, okay.
And they actually have like a battery powered one, like a portable one.
Is this the one that's in the car?
Yes.
Like the girls are in the car?
Yes.
I want to buy one to try.
They have a portable one. I don't know about its power, but this sucker gets hot as can be. So use a heat protectant, but it is so fantastic, and it really, I got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know if anybody knows this, but I got a lot of hair.
She has a lot of hair.
And it shortens my straightening time by like probably 7 or 8 minutes.
Really?
I mean, it is just so easy to go through your hair.
Nice.
And like I said, if you are a little bit more coordinated than me, you really can achieve like blowout looking results. Like the Va Va Voom,
Nice.
It's fantastic. So that's what I'm loving currently.
I love that.
I know. And it gets like really close to your roots.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, and I don't know if like I'm gonna have arthritis or something when I'm a little older, but like holding a straightener shut
Yes.
really hurts my hands, and you don't have that issue with that.
Yeah, mine's getting to be my pinkies. I noticed like as it's getting colder that like some of my fingers are starting to. Yeah. Denise sent me a TikTok the other day that was like the football team, and they were asking like, what do you consider to be old? And not a one of them said a year like past, or I guess older than 98. If you were born in 98. Everything before that you were considered old.
What? You're 25 if you were born in 98.
That's what I said. That's my first thing. I said that would make you 25.
You're still a baby.
Which, by the way, your brain isn't fully mature until you're 25 anyway. So I was like,
I got married when I was 25. I'm happy I waited that long. I see lots of girls getting married like really early.
Stop. Don't do it. Speaking from experience. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
25
Yeah,
is
but
a good
anyways,
age.
we are not old. 35 is fly. Stop.
That's wow. That's
Hurt
offensive.
feelings.
Yeah.
Hurt feelings a lot. She was like, what are we even doing? I was like, I don't know. Guess we're
old
old. I guess we're old. Yeah. Yep. All right. So you ready for mine?
I'm so ready.
I'm going to start with my least random. I only have two. I only brought two this week. And then I have my mom hack. Okay. This was on TikTok. Okay. It's the charger that is magnetic. I can't use it or I'm using my phone. But it's magnetic. It just sticks to the back of your phone and charges your phone.
Oh, it goes
This
around
is a
with
portable
you.
phone charger. Yep, and I think it only took like an hour to charge fully when I got out of the thing. Now the one on TikTok has like a stand on the back. I meant to get that one, but I wasn't paying attention when I like got real trigger happy. I was like, I need that, and I clicked it. So this one on Amazon is $40 right now. It was originally $60, and it's $40 just without the stand. If you want the one with the stand, it's on sale right now for $70. I'm sorry, it's on sale for $50, and originally it's $70.
Like, damn, a $30 stand.
Well, that's why I didn't.
That's a good ass stand.
When I went back, I was like, ooh, I want the one with the stand, and then at the time it was still $70. So right now it's on sale for $50. So we will put the links in the description below.
Yeah.
But I love this, and it comes in different colors, but this is my favorite color.
I like that. I need one
green
of those.
color. Yeah. Yep. So, and it works really well, and it's magnetic.
Especially on days we record.
Well, that's
my phone battery is like
done. Yeah. Well, that's the whole reason why I upgraded my phone. So this one is kind of a random. Don't cheat. Don't look at it yet. You were looking. Don't you lie to me.
I was trying to read the.
I saw somebody with this on TikTok, and now I had to have it. So it's called a Buttermate. Hers was a different brand.
What?
But the reason why I chose this one is because it has measuring ticks on it. Okay. So this is what it looks like. All right, and what you do,
I'm still so confused.
What you do is you put your butter in it, and it cuts it. Like you can do like little cuts. So I make a lot of banana bread. Let me start off by saying that. And I always have to like cut my butter like with a knife on like a cutting board. This one, you just press it, and it cuts out little slices for you based on what you have measured.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you keep it in your fridge?
Yeah.
It's for cold butter?
It's storing, yeah. So you adjust slider for the perfect measure, or slice it razor thin for toast or thick for baked potatoes, and anywhere in between. Stores, measures, and dispenses. Buttermate.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. The one she had did not have measuring ticks, and I was like, I need to measure because I have to do a third a cup for every time I do banana bread. So yeah.
How fancy.
I know. I haven't taken it out yet because I wanted to show it in its packaging, but I'm going to be using it this week. I will give an update on how well it works, but I had to have it.
That's cool. That's really
kind of
cool.
like one of those, like, you don't absolutely have to have it, but I had to.
Are you a butter on the counter kind of girl?
No.
Oh, see, I have softened, like, room temperature butter in a butter dish on my counter.
So I will, like, if I'm going to do pancakes or whatever that day, I will take it out the second I start to make pancakes.
Oh,
so that it's soft.
I will
by the time I get
forget until the pancakes are on the table, and then it's too late.
Oh,
so I have to keep butter on my counter.
We do pancakes at least once a week, so I've like just got it down now. Where it's like a well-oiled machine. I just don't even.
That's cool though. I like that.
Thanks.
I like that. Okay, tell us your mom hack.
My mom
and
hack.
This is what I was talking about. I liked her TikTok that she was going
when
over.
she was stalking my profile. So I did a mom hack this week, and I made a TikTok about it. So I have a lot of like really old calendars and magazines that are like World Wildlife Fund or like Animal Planet or like, you know, whatever. They could be anything really. But they were taking up a lot of space, and she colored on this one. Thank goodness, I can just wipe it off. But they're taking up a lot of space in our bookshelves and stuff. So I made like a little animal book, and she can like just flip through and like, this isn't my way. She can just flip through and like, then she'll be like, oh, turtle. And then like,
And you can say like, know your colors and your animals.
Yep. So I kept the back pages of the calendars so that she can like, I can be like, where's the panda? And then she can point to it. So it's like a seek and find kind of thing.
That's really cute.
But I got rid of like just random old like 5-year-old calendars that were just for some reason still on our bookshelf. And then it's like, she got to color on it. And so now she's like carrying it around the house, little 20-month-old self, like book, book. And she goes through all the animals, and it's been a hit at our house. So
that's really cute. I like that idea.
And I cleared off like this much of my bookcase. So
that's really smart, and that's a good way that kids love to learn.
Yes.
I really truly believe they
gosh.
love to learn.
Yeah.
When my kids were little, my mom got them they were fillable picture books. Okay, and it was soft, and you could put your family members' pictures in them, and so like mom made one for our side of the family, and like so my aunt and uncle, who we see probably once a month, but like Archer grew up knowing who they were. He never he never got their names wrong, because every time we would go over that picture book, he would say, oh, there's Jill, there's Roger, there's, and Warren did the same thing. So like they really, they come to know people and animals and things through fun stuff like that.
A lot of visual aids. Yeah. So she's been good. She's liked it, and we do a lot of sign language too. So like it gives us a chance to practice a lot of sign language.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we also got these awesome new mics.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This could be our product review for the show. We wanted something a little fancier.
A little fancy, a little more official, but also like very
fun colors.
Fitting. Yeah.
I know. I hope the cameras are picking these up.
Yeah.
Is it cold in here? I am freezing.
I don't know. Are you really?
Right now.
I don't know. I'm kind of warm, but I think my temperature gauge has been off since I had kids.
I'm so cold.
What's funny is that like when we were in the other room, we were burning up all the time.
Yeah.
Of course, we had more lights on us, but like I'll be interested to see how the new set does. Like, but then we can get like cozy and have blankets and stuff.
I know.
I feel like we'll settle in a whole lot better in the new set. I'm so pumped.
I know. We need to start working on it.
I know. We've been sending like stuff back and forth.
Pinterest.
And
Pinterest
Amazon
info
stuff.
and
I'm excited.
We're gonna get it together. I don't know if the next episode will be filmed there, but maybe like the next.
Maybe the one after that.
Next one.
Yeah. It'd be great if we could get it by next week. But I don't know.
I know. We just gotta start.
We do.
That's the hardest part, is starting.
Yeah.
So what have we got planned coming up? We're gonna get this new podcast studio going.
Yeah.
My stepdaughter's coming to visit this weekend.
She's coming, cool.
She lives in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, and she'll be here. She's got like a long weekend. I think they were out of school Monday and Tuesday for some reason. So she's coming after school tomorrow, and she'll be here with us. And we got Alabama football this weekend.
Should we say what we're doing next week?
What are we doing next week?
We had to reschedule it, remember? And it was supposed to be tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. So by the time you see this, we will have already done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're recording the Our Town podcast with Troy By.
Yeah. So we'll be on another podcast. Yeah, that'll be super fun. I'm excited about that.
I'm ready to like learn a little bit from somebody who has been doing this for a long. I think he's on episode like 80 something.
Yeah. We've been flying by the seat of our pants at this point, so it'll be nice for someone to be like, yeah, you're doing that wrong.
Right.
Let's do this differently.
Right. Yeah. Show me all your gear, please. Yeah. Show me all your stuff.
I'm excited about that. I have a 2-day headshot clinic next week.
Ooh.
Woo, with Capstone. Yeah, which I've done some of Capstones before, and they were a fun group. But this time they were like, let's do a whole day. And I was like, I'm breastfeeding.
Oh.
So no.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll do 2 half days, which honestly, I don't like being on my feet for 8 straight hours anyways. I mean, when you're running back and forth and getting up and down and like basically doing jumping jacks and flips
because you do
Yeah.
when you're on this
I
the
guess
other
so.
side of the camera.
Yeah. So we split it in half, which I think will be fun. So
awesome.
Yeah, I have that going on.
Awesome. I have nothing fun planned.
Except for us getting this podcast.
Except for us getting this podcast ready.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. I'll recruit Bree to help us
We
paint.
could let them help us vote on the color scheme.
Well, by the time they see
That's
this.
true. That's true. Yeah, we're
By
pretty
the
set on
time
it
they see
anyways.
it'll be done.
I think we're kind of set on
Hopefully.
what colors we like
I know,
anyway. So
I know.
sorry.
All
Hopefully
right,
you like
so,
it too.
So hopefully you'll like it. Stay tuned. If we can ever do anything for y'all, real estate, photography, roofing, if you need an Airbnb,
man,
just let us know. We got you covered. We got you covered.
We could probably wash your car too, like if you really need something done. I don't know.
Okay, no, don't go there.
Hey man, I'm heartbroken. Not in December.
If
though.
we can do anything for you, let us know. Otherwise, have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Episode 6.
Episode 6.
Whoop, whoop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes. Ouch.
God, that was a
My
good one.
cold hand. Oh, that hurts. Oh. Can you see that?
If I squint. Okay, I can remember that.
I'm not gonna have
You.
I think you look good.
We always look good.
what she said.
Recording.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
I feel like we were really low energy.
I felt
episode
like I was
3.
such a bitch in the last one.
We gotta have high energy.
Woo! Yeah.
I needed that.
Hey everybody. Oh,
Oh,
we
we
weren't
started.
ready. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready now?
Yeah, I wish.
See, now I've lost my nerve. Okay.
Low fat.
High energy, low fat. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Hey everybody. Welcome to episode Okay.
I'm gonna
We
start
can do this.
crying
We're
here in a
adults.
minute.
Okay. Game face. Sorry. All right. Are you ready?
Ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Okay. Okay. I'm about to go.
Okay.
All right. Go.